Hello, I am the Jordan, coach of the Virginia Vikavolt, and welcome back to the SPS VGC Draft League. This week we are against the Hackensack Strikers, coached by Hopeless. Hopeless has one of the scariest teams in the league. I ranked it number 2 in my power rankings with the very best offense. The team is absolutely terrifying. But we're going to get into how I think we might have a chance to win. But before we do that, I'm going to show the latest members of my team. Say hello to Lycanroc and Torracat. We have traded in Blaziken, who has done really well for us in the past 2 weeks, but I believe we can collectively get more if we turn this fighting chicken into a dog and a cat. Don't ask me how that works. Lycanroc is kind of a Swiss Army knife. It has a ton of useful moves, not only what you'd expect from a physical attacker, rock, steel, ground, fighting, but also fairy coverage and play rough. I don't have a lot of fairy coverage. It's got fire, electric, psychic. It's got priority moves. We got very fast snarls. Lycanroc is the new fastest member of the team. We have speed control with Scary Face. We have a taunt, which is always useful on a fast mon. Endeavor is useful on a focus sash mon. This guy is very frail. He's going to last 1, maybe 2 turns with a focus sash, but Endeavor will bring something else down to 1 health. Sandstorm is surprisingly interesting. It's part of our strategy this week. And then Howl next to something like Garchomp can boost its attack. So Lycanroc doesn't do offense as well as Blaziken. It doesn't survive as well as Blaziken, but it does a lot of little things that I'm excited to introduce to the team. If you've played any VGC before, you know what Torracat does, because it is discount Incineroar, Intimidate, Fake Out, Parting Shot, over and over and over again. So I don't need it to do a lot more besides that. The weeks it will show up, which I expect will be soon, it will make a unique contribution to the team, because these are things that I don't have until now. So I'm going to show you the team. We left Porygon Z and Rotom Wash at home this week and traded them in for Reuniclus and Lycanroc. So the first win condition we have is a Sand Core of Lycanroc and Garchomp. So say hello to Sonic the Hedgehog. He's rocking a Focus Sash and Protect, as you would expect. Stone Edge can OHKO Dynamax Charizard before it gets to move. And that would be so thrilling if it gets to do that. Now, it won't always, because Sableye next to it has Fake Out or Quash, or it can have a Rock Resist Berry or some other things, but that is quite the threatening move to have. Snarl is really useful against Indeedee and Hatterene, the other insanely threatening lead option that Hopeless has to reduce both of their special attack. And then Sandstorm will trigger both Lycanroc's double speed ability in Sand and Garchomp's ability to just randomly dodge some things in Sand. Now that's infuriating to fight against, I get it, but we're in the business of saving our guys' lives, and this might save a life. So we're going to be rocking the Sand Core. Lumberry is really useful against Hatterene's ridiculous G-Max Smite, which would confuse me, and this will prevent that from happening one time. A Max Steel move will be good against Hatterene. A Max Rock move might OHKO the Max Charizard. You notice I'm kind of hyper-focusing around 2 leads on Hopeless's side, the Charizard G-Max and then the Hatterene Indeedee duo. And that's because they are so terrifying that if you do not lead specifically to counter them, if you do not team build specifically to counter them, they will roll the entire team without any mercy. I really have to come up with some specific leads. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I can just lead my Sand Core. They get scorched a little bit too hard by Charizard, and Hatterene's Dynamax Hatterene fairy moves are not what Garchomp wants to take. Even though it can technically live one, I have a roll to OHKO non-Dynamax Hatterene, so it's really, really scary. And of course, the Indeedee redirecting attacks. This is not a situation I want to be in, Dragon versus Fairy. So I have another win condition here, which is Weakness Policy Vikavolt. Reuniclus can survive the dreaded Life Orb boosted G-Max Wildfire. It cannot survive it in Sun, but we'll get to the lead that will prevent him from setting up the Sun. But Reuniclus will be able to set up Trick Room. It will then be able to use Rock Tomb on Vikavolt to proc its Weakness Policy. And then when Vikavolt has double attack, it can blow through anything. And of course, when it has Trick Room so that it can go first. Once the Rock Tomb hits Vikavolt, it will be slower than Hatterene, so Vikavolt will be the Trick Room sweeper of choice this week, and hopefully it works out. It can destroy Charizard, destroy Hatterene. Now, I don't think I can just lead this either, because Charizard scorches Vikavolt even through Protect. It's really, really not a good situation. So what I'm going to experiment this week is a middle ground lead. If I put all of my chips in one basket, whether it's Vikavolt or Garchomp, then they're gonna get KO'd sometimes. They're gonna get removed from the field before they get to do anything, and that's a little too risky for my liking. But if I threaten the opponent in two very different directions at once, with something like Lycanroc and Reuniclus, he wants to stop the Trick Room from happening, so he wants to attack the Reuniclus. He wants Charizard not to die, so he attacks the Lycanroc. Or he wants to not get snarled, so he attacks the Lycanroc. And I know that one of these guys is going to go down, but the other thing is going to happen at least. And if Reuniclus sets Trick Room, Vikavolt gets to come in and be the Trick Room sweeper. If Reuniclus goes down, then Garchomp can come in and form the Sand Duo with Lycanroc. And if I'm against Indeedee Hatterene, he's at least got one Snarl off, so I'll be in a better position to deal with Indeedee Hatterene. So that's what we're going to go for here. I do think it's important to threaten your opponent in different directions at once, because against a strong, varied team like this team we're against, and against a good coach, it's unlikely you're going to have a lead that safely responds to everything that they might bring. So you need to have different options. Swampert is virtually unkillable without a grass move, and so I do have a grass move, Energy Ball on Reuniclus. I also have Giga Drain on Celesteela. I know that if my lead goes poorly, if I get blown out of the water, Celesteela can be in the back with outstanding coverage. The Steel move for Hatterene, the Rock move for Charizard, the Grass move for Swampert, and then this is outstanding coverage to live virtually anything with an Assault Vest. So that's our plan B, C, D to kill the Charizard and the Hatterene and the other threats that are coming. There's also a Durant. That's where the Flamethrower gets in. Flamethrower will absolutely remove Durant from the field, who could otherwise. That's just another option that Hopeless has to sweep our team. So we're going to be experimenting with different leads, two attackers at once, two support options at once, or more supportive options at once. Of course, Lycanroc is supportive in the sense that it's offering Snarl and Sandstorm, but it has also got a very strong Stone Edge. So we're hopefully Hopeless is thrown off, they're not going to be sure who to attack, and that is our chance, that is our opening, that hopefully we can find this game. So we're going to cut to the live comm, fingers crossed. Hello folks, welcome back to week 4 against Hopeless. I thought about the team builder a couple days ago, and I think generally it's a good thing to work on things in advance, let it roll around in your brain a little bit. However, the more I think about it, the less confident I am that I'll be able to make Weakness Policy Vikavolt work. I think the Rock Tomb is going to get redirected way too often, and not having the speed advantage before the Rock Tomb hits Vikavolt is going to be too scary for getting a max Smite from Hatterene or a max Fire off of Mystical Fire. So we're going to have Vikavolt supply its own speed control with Room Service at the cost of not getting that doubled attack from Weakness Policy. We will get to go first. A max Bug can reduce Indeedee Hatterene's offense. Max Steel potentially against the ally to Swampert to make Swampert not as strong. And then Reuniclus doesn't have to use Rock Tomb anymore. It's freed up to use a Light Screen, which might be the difference when I'm trying to have Celesteela save us. I think this lead, Lycanroc versus Reuniclus, is really tricky. It's definitely makes Hopeless have to guess whether I want to be fast or slow, whether I want to imprison Reuniclus, or what. And so we do likely get that Snarl off and make our lives easier. But it's not going to win the offensive war against Indeedee Hatterene. They have just such incredible offense while guaranteeing Trick Room. So we're going to pick up the pieces and hopefully leave them weakened, get a screen, get a Snarl up, and then Celesteela in the back and fix it. Or maybe Garchomp, or maybe Vikavolt. These are our trio of options. We're just going to have to assess in the moment what Hopeless wants. All right, so we're in it, and we don't see Swampert, which is good, except they have two options for trickery here from Aerodactyl and Sableye, as well as the Luxio, which provides Intimidate, and I'm not sure exactly what else. but he has just enough to really be scary with the fast sun and the slow psychic terrain stuff. It's going to be a real challenge for me. My confidence is lower this time around, but that is okay. We will do our best as always. So no Swampert. Do we bring the Vikavolt against Aerodactyl? I don't think so. I think we bring Stella and Garchomp and we leave Vikavolt at home this time. No, but if they're definitely going Trick Room, we want the Vikavolt. Very tricky. I think I have to go with Vikavolt and Garchomp. No, I need Stella. I need all three of these guys, but I can only pick two. We're gonna hope that Lycanroc can single-handedly get the job done against Charizard and bring the mono weak to fire back. Aerodactyl, indeedy, so he gets Trick Room up. Fine. Okay. So they prepare Tailwind for question mark. Okay, so turn one, they kind of bait me with the Trick Room stuff. But I do get the light screen and I get a Snarl off, which is very helpful. If they don't max, Lycanroc survives another turn of Trick Room, which is generally good for me, despite the fact that I set Trick Room. He's currently benefiting a little bit more than I am. I'm fine with playing a slow-paced game here. He's got an attack drop. That doesn't do too much. Yeah, we're chunking through the Hatterene. We both have screens up. This is when we can pre-position Celesteela, potentially. I don't want the Mystical Fire. But I'm kinda okay. So yeah, if we can get Lycanroc back when Trick Room isn't up, that sounds pretty decent. So we Expanding Force and we see what happens. We get the Follow Me, right? Yes! I don't think the crit matters there. I have terrain boosted Stab, Expanding Force. So what do we have? We have an Assault Vest, and the last threat is Charizard because they wanted because they have Aerodactyl, so they want Charizard. Is that what we're assuming here? Why should I not max is the question. Why? Because I'm not currently that threatened is the answer. No, because Yeah, so the concern about the Charizard is definitely something here. Max Aerodactyl, okay. Okay, so they did not accomplish that much that turn, but I will match that. It is interesting, I'll give it that. And this is when they follow me. They're playing very well so far. Do we just preserve the Celesteela? No, I think we get in a free move here. Yeah, if they don't attack me, then I get Trick Room up, which I generally want. He attacks the Reuniclus and gets it, which is fine. Because we're gonna get a Steel Spike boost, and then we should be in decent shape against Aerodactyl. Okay. Yeah, so I have 358 speed with Sand Rush, Lycanroc. So we get the attack first here. And we get to attack. Ooh, why did they attack Lycanroc? They certainly get the Sun. So Charizard hiding in the back. We get defense boosts. We have defense boosts, but they have, what, a Scarf Charizard or something with Heat Wave? That would be the thing that would ruin me. So I can't survive a Heat Wave in Sun, can I? I mean, just... How much time do I have? 30 seconds? Heat Wave... Yeah, Heat Wave just eats Vikavolt. So I protect, for sure. I'm not sure if I got that. Come on, remove the Charizard. Oh, I mean, it's definitely... Yeah, through Chardy Berry. Okay. All right. So do we have this one? I mean, I still am thrown off. I don't feel that confident, which is what happens when you play against a really good team. Yeah, so Rock Slide does a lot here. So we win game 1, but we are still unsure what to do in game 2, which is the hard part. Fire Fang on Aerodactyl, a Life Orb on Aerodactyl, Chardy Berry on Charizard. We learned a lot. I don't think we played that well. We played okay, but we learned the items. We learned their unconventional leads likely coming out. Do we know all of his moves? A Guard, that might be a Tailwind, then Rock, Fire. Okay. They don't have Swampert. What does that free us up to use besides Vikavolt? I think Charizard in the front is possible, which means Lycanroc still should come. I mean, I could bring Reuniclus, Vikavolt with Garchomp in the back. I have many different ways to deal with. Celesteela is just so good against both of these guys. And can kill the Charizard with protection. I need efficient ways to remove the Indeedee, which is likely up front. So, I don't think I need the Reuniclus anymore. Good job, game 1, Reuniclus. But we'll try a more offensive option. Vikavolt as Trick Room defense with Garchomp, Clef in the front, Steela and Vikavolt in the back. Now game 1, they use this lead, and they flip to Hatterene and set Reflect. I do not need to max this guy. I can rock slide. I can helping hand rock slide. I'm not afraid of rock or fire moves. So, helping hand, rock slide. Intimidate is good. I did not use my max, which was also good. Did some damage. Reflect, okay. Luxio is not fast. I don't know what Luxio is going to do, which is my shortcoming here. Cannot baby doll eyes in psychic terrain. Unfortunately, indeed he does more damage than I do after an attack drop. Now I need rock slide flinches. 4 attempts, none successful so far. Give me that flinch. I think I have to keep going for it, unfortunately. If I don't get the flinch, I don't get the flinch. Tough break. Might have been a misplay. We shall see. Okay. So not maxing who they thought was good for us, except we eat an Aerie Impulse next turn, which means we likely lose this game. Not sure what to do against this lead. Rock Slide does a ton to us. What do I hope for at this point? There's nothing that I can even hope for. Because if I predict the protect read, I still can't KO Luxio. Amazing. So we try to punch through it somehow. Electric terrain doesn't seem terrible. I don't think this guy's electric moves scare me that much. Baby Doll Eyes, Helping Hand, Aerie Impulse, fine. Very sad. Definitely well played by Hopeless. No doubt about that. We have more tricks ready for game 3. Not sure what they are, though. We have not revealed on... No, we have revealed the rock move on Celesteela. I don't think we can ride or die with Vikavolt against Aerodactyl and Charizard. It's just very sad. They have me cornered here. So Hatterene is not the main ingredient here. What did Charizard do game 1? It didn't get to attack, did it? Got to Heat Wave with the Charty Berry. He's not relying on it. So Stelis should still be good. I just need to be able to do more damage onto this guy. So it's Lycanroc, who really helps with Snarls. Celesteela is in the game, Garchomp is in the game. Garchomp, Stella, and Clef. Completely improvised lead here. So what we have, Prankster Sun plus Max Fire, we have Fake Out. If they want Tailwind, if they have Tailwind off their last move, they can get it. That is fine. Enjoy. Prankster Will-O-Wisp. I have a Lumberry. Is this when I recognize that in the event he's faking out, it's gonna happen? And that's just what I'm gonna have to accept. Sandstorm seems pretty good. Sand Bros, no. I think he wants Will-O-Wisp on Garchomp fairly often, which means we have to remove the Sableye turn 1. And hopefully we get this read right, that he wants Will-O-Wisp or wants Fake Out or wants Quash or something, and we remove the Sableye. Onto the, all right. Oh, he's got Ice. All right, so we got bamboozled. Well played, Hopeless. We'll go 3-1 on the season. Not what we wanted, but okay. So what should I do differently in that situation? If I know he has Ice, I switch out to Clefairy. But I'm not sure how to, if there is an answer to Will-O-Wisp and Fake Out and Ice at the same time. Might have to just know that and come up with a better lead in the future. This is when he gets a free turn with Sableye because he knows that I have to remove the Aerodactyl. But I have to get things perfectly to have a chance in this game, so I can't read the Protect on the Aerodactyl. I am super duper fast. He's Prankster. Nothing beats okay, so I just have to read the Protect to have a chance? That's the assumption now. Max Guard. All right. do we live, and therefore get to take one more KO. I mean, it's likely a protect, and if it's not a tailwind, if it's not protect off of tailwind from Aerodactyl side, but that's all right. We get a chance at one more KO. Stella deserves every KO that it can get. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about matchup. I think he's got an incredible team and is an incredible coach, so that's the reason. I predict Hopeless will go very far in this league. It's tough to prep. Signs of a well-made team. Anyway, we'll see you next week with a new team, a new strategy. Do all the YouTube things, like, comment, and subscribe. Pick one. That would be great. If you did one of those things, I would appreciate it. And let me know how it's going with you. Have a lovely week. Drink water. Go outside, etc. Take care.